Okay, so there's this secret conversation happening inside your body, like right now. It's a chat between your gut and your brain. And as we're about to see, it has a startling amount of control over your mood, your choices, and, well, your overall health. So let's just kick things off with this question. For the longest time, we've all seen the brain as the absolute command center for our mental state. But what if a massive piece of the puzzle, the real secret to our emotional well-being, is actually located somewhere totally different?
So, our journey is going to start by exploring this bustling, kind of hidden ecosystem that exists inside every single one of us. It is a world just teeming with life, and it has this profound influence over how we feel and think.
To really get a sense of the scale we're talking about here, just look at this number: trillions. That's the population of tiny little microorganisms living inside your gut. It's this vast, complex community that actually outnumbers our own human cells. It's pretty incredible.
And this community, it has a name: the gut microbiome. But its job goes way beyond just helping you digest your lunch. We're now learning that these microbes are active players in our health, shaping everything from our emotions to how we deal with stress. So how in the world does this universe inside our gut actually talk to the command center up in our head? Well, that brings us to what you could call the gut-brain superhighway, which is this constant, two-way communication network.
The official scientific term for this connection is the gut-brain axis. But I want you to think of it less like a one-way street and more like a dynamic, nonstop conversation happening between your digestive system and your central nervous system. Now, the main telephone line for this conversation is the vagus nerve. But as you can see here, calling it just a nerve doesn't really do it justice. It's more like a massive superhighway. It carries a constant flow of information between the gut and brain, and it directly influences our mood, our stress response, and even how clearly we can think. And get ready for this, because this is where it gets absolutely mind-blowing. Your gut microbes are basically tiny chemical factories. They're actually producing essential neurotransmitters, the chemical messengers that regulate our mood, including serotonin and dopamine. In fact, a staggering 95% of your body's serotonin is produced in your gut. Not your brain, your gut. But what happens when that superhighway gets all jammed up with traffic, or when those little factories start to malfunction? Well, this is where that amazing connection can flip from being a source of well-being to a source of real distress. The core of the problem is a state called dysbiosis. And put simply, it's just an imbalance in your gut's ecosystem. It's when the harmful microbes start to outnumber the good guys, and that disrupts the entire system. That vital communication with the brain gets compromised. And this slide really illustrates what's at stake. On the left, you see a healthy gut. It promotes emotional stability because you've got balanced microbes and normal neurotransmitter production. But then look at the right. Dysbiosis, that leads to inflammation, it disrupts those crucial mood messengers, and it's been scientifically linked to conditions like anxiety and depression. And this isn't just some theory. The research, like the finding you see here, shows a direct link. People who are under high stress literally have a different gut microbiome than people who are more resilient. It strongly suggests our inner ecosystem plays a huge role in how we cope with all the challenges life throws at us. So after hearing all about the problem, the big question is, obviously, can we fix it? And the answer is a big, loud yes. The power to nurture our inner ecosystem is, for the most part, in our own hands. So let's talk about how we can do that. The most direct way is through your diet. And this slide gives us a really clear roadmap. You want to favor things that feed your good microbes, like fiber and prebiotics, and things that add more good microbes to the team, like probiotics you find in yogurt and sauerkraut. And at the same time, you want to limit the processed foods, sugar, and unhealthy fats that help the bad guys thrive. But it's not just about what's on your plate. Your overall lifestyle plays a massive role here. Things like managing stress, maybe through mindfulness or meditation, and getting regular physical activity can directly improve your gut health. And that creates this awesome positive feedback loop for your mental well-being. All of this research is leading us to a truly exciting new frontier in how we approach mental health. We're starting to look beyond the brain into the gut for some really innovative solutions. So meet the new players in mental health, psychobiotics. This is a revolutionary concept, right? We're talking about using specific strains of beneficial bacteria, probiotics, as a targeted way to have a positive effect on mental and emotional health.
So, how is this different? Well, traditional treatments are invaluable, of course, but they can sometimes come with unwanted side effects. Psychobiotics, on the other hand, offer a more natural approach. They work with your body's own systems to enhance mood and build resilience from the inside out.
Which leaves us with this one final, really fascinating thought. As we continue to unlock the secrets of the gut-brain axis, we have to ask ourselves, could the next great leap in mental health care be found not in a pharmacy, but right there on our dinner plates, and in how we care for this hidden world within?